Thank you. I'm here representing Civis for Reform and Advocates for Civil Society. Mayor Elmsley, members of council, I honestly believe that you ran for your present positions to honorably serve the people rather than just for a simple paycheck. And we elected you to represent our interests and make decisions in the best interests of all those people in your area. We are here today to empower you to represent us and to do your duty for those same people. The draft strategic plan proposed does not put the people first. It rather elevates environment, climate change, diversity, equity, inclusion, housing density, and other agendas, and all the other buzzwords du jour, which are in general of low importance to the daily lives of most of the people of our rural area. When I knew Mayor Elmsley as Doug, he told me across the counter at my clinic that every new resident actually costs more in infrastructure than it brings in taxes. So I'm sure you do not need reminding that you're not part of the United Nations, federal or provincial governments. You are, in fact, a local council. It is not your duty to reimagine the world. We must not put staff, their wishes, or other agendas before the people. Your survey, as an example, is full of word salad. It does not allow the people to choose anything that really matters to them, such as food, energy, good roads, and individual rights. So the results will be skewed and not at all representative of what is important to the people you were elected to represent. A constant threat is posed to the essential underpinnings of all sound and enduring societies by the temptation to put one's personal interests ahead of the rights of others, and by the great temptation among those who hold public offices to use the powers of those offices to impose an agenda that violates those principles. To protect against this threat, all members of our society must understand, assert, and defend these principles. Every person has the right to life, liberty, and to the property that they justly acquire. As free persons, we have entrusted governments with the duty of protecting those rights for every person in an accountable and transparent manner. The sanctity of rights and freedoms of every person must rise above all other laws and acts of government. No person, institution, group, company, or government may arbitrarily suspend or circumvent them under any circumstances. Should a person violate those rights, they must be held to account. The Constitution upon which Canada was established is founded upon principles that ensure that the rights and freedoms of every person are protected. With that in mind, we reassert those principles. Every person has a body, mind, and will of their own. This guarantees them the right to live free from intimidation, coercion, threat, or attack of any person regardless of their position. The right to hold their own personal beliefs and express them in ways that do not harm the rights of others. The freedom to choose and to pursue their own goals while respecting their duty not to violate the rights of any other person. The right to join with others to pursue goals and to provide for themselves and their family. The right to the property that they justly create, build, or acquire, or to what they earn while producing goods and services for others. The right to defend themselves, their family, and their property. The right to equal treatment as separate persons under laws that protect the rights of all persons equally. Every person has the right to be protected from trespass and attacks on their person or property by any person, institution, group, company, or government, by virtue of the laws, regulations, policies, or practices that violate the rights of any person. Governments must protect and serve, not impose. They have been established to protect the rights of every person in a transparent and accountable manner. As a result, governments must protect every person from direct and indirect harms, aggressions, or threats against their rights by any person, group, institution, company, foreign power, or any agent of government. You must create, maintain, and support essential infrastructure and services that serve the needs of all citizens, and only which cannot be adequately provided without government involvement or funding. Governments must ensure that no statute, regulation, policy, program, or action of government harms the rights and freedoms or the property of any citizen. No citizen is deprived of their rights to provide for themselves and their family through just means. No privileges are granted to any person, group, corporation, or institution. No organization, company, group, government undermines the rights of any citizen or lays claim to our personal or common lands or resources.
Can I get you to wrap up, please?
I'm just wrapping up. You must hold open debates in a forum and inform the public of the motivation and risks associated with the policies that will have a significant impact on the future economy, security, rights, and freedoms of the people. Governments must ensure that citizens have an effective means of preventing the abuse of government and of holding those in government and private offices to account. As representatives of the people, you must place duty to protect the rights of people ahead of your own interests and the interests of any person, partisan, corporation, institution, group, or cause. If our society is to continue as a society of free persons of real and equal value, the principles listed above must be defended. In rural regions such as ours, food security, affordable and reliable energy, and good roads are far more important to the people than anything else in your strategic plan, and it should say so. Honorable, give me a minute, guys. Honorable, virtuous, and ethical holders of public office must place the duty of upholding those principles ahead of the wishes, plans, or actions of any person, institution, group, company, or party. It is only by doing so that we can retain the promise of living in a country that is peaceful, prosperous, morally sound, and free.
Thank you. I get a motion to receive the deputation, and there is also